Hi there, I'm Jonas, Head of Partnerships here at Qover. Today, insurance is not delivered standalone anymore. It's inside other people's journeys. So growth really depends on how well you can orchestrate those ecosystems, not how strong you are as an individual or in isolation. Winning really means how you can align those objectives of carriers, insurtechs, regulators, distributors, and so on, and create that coherent customer experience instead. Not just plugging in an API or anything like that. This is not just technical. It's important to think about it. This is just not a technical solution. It's really a mindset where you're orchestrating and brings together different partners through technology. I think a lot of people have started realizing that it's both slow, expensive, and not scalable to do so. Because when you're doing a real journey, you have several of embedded touch points during that path. And the real gap there is not just managing the technical, it's actually to have those objective of data sources, compliance, UX, and bring them all together. And to do that, you need to have a repeatable model that use reusable components and clear operating model. I think for me, and by the way, I like the word orchestration, whoever came up with that, because if you think about an orchestra, right, it's the dirigent is there in the background, right, but it's really the performance happened by the different musicians. And in the same way as an insurance company, you cannot own that whole thing. You need to be part of that because there are so many components that playing at the same time. And an ownership you can have for your particular part, but only when the whole orchestra play, the full music is actually making sense. As a proud Swede, you have always IKEA in your mind somehow. And I think all of us have been there in different situations of our life where you go to IKEA and you bring home the furniture. But if you look at the components that you actually bring up, they are quite standardized building blocks that you assembled in slightly different ways and getting out slightly different furnitures in the end of the day. And I think that's how you think about embedded insurance as well, right? You need to find the modularity in how you can reuse some of the products, how you can reuse some of the pricing model, how you can reuse some of the flows, while still tailoring the overall experience. And you need to do this across all the modules of risk, of compliance, of data sets. And in that set, a real differentiator is not just a modular platform in itself, but it's the ability to orchestrate those many different stakeholders around this shared blueprint. I think as a risk carrier, you need to be comfortable to work with many different partners in various ecosystems. So you need to be quite comfortable to have that mindset that sometimes you work with one set of partners, and in another situation, you're going to work with slightly different sets of partners. So you need to recognize that the delivery is not anymore a linear way where you work with the same partner all the time. Instead, it's a dynamic environment which creates changes and will require other skills from your organization as well as your technical capabilities. So thank you so much for this. If you want to know more, please read my blog that we just published, and I'm looking forward to continue the debate on how partnerships developing embedded insurance. Thank you so much.